Hello, this is Stampy Longnose, and welcome back to the Let's Play of Halo 4, which we're doing here on Halo Zone. Part number 1 is already uploaded. I recommend you watch that first to sort of see the dramatic opening. If you don't want to watch it, you can't be bothered, fair enough. Basically, we've just crashed, essentially. I fired a missile which destroyed one Covenant ship, and then there was like 10 behind it anyway, so it was a waste of time. I've then here now crashed. I've got Cortana in my head speaking to me. I've killed a few baddies, and it looks like I'm here just awoken in the wreckage, and I'm alive because I'm Master Chief, and it would be a very short game if I died. Imagine if that was how you had to win. You had to skip that cutscene, otherwise you lose. And how beautiful is this game?
Where are we?
Checking coordinate impact data.
We have asked you to give up your family, your childhood, your future.
Excuse me?
Cortana,
I'm sorry. It's the crash. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
something was wrong even before we left the Dawn.
Chief? Really? I'm fine.
It's just that time of the month, you know. Even AIs get it.
Cortana,
Be
I
honest
was
with
put
me.
into service 8 years ago.
8 years.
AIs deteriorate after 7, Chief.
Halsey,
Chief.
we need to find Halsey.
Chief, please.
She made you. She can fix you.
I won't recover from rampancy, Chief.
If we can just get back to Earth and find Halsey, she can fix this.
Priorities,
Don't
Chief.
make a girl a promise you can't keep. We need to move.
So Cortana's dying. She's deteriorating. She's going to go mental.
Doesn't look like the Covenant fared much better than we did.
How many ships made it through the roof?
Plenty. Why?
We still need a ride home.
Okay, so it looks like we've here crashed on this planet, which has like a big shell around it, apparently. Can't really see it right here. It looks beautiful, though. Any loot? I don't really want a storm rifle. A load of rubbish. Oh, I can hear stuff. I can hear some grunts groaning about something. It's also got a really good soundtrack, this game. I know that a lot of people got the soundtrack before they got the game and have been listening to it. And apparently it's got some really nice tunes, which I'm looking forward to listening to throughout this game. I don't think I'd ever listen to a soundtrack by itself. I think that a soundtrack's much better in context when you're playing the game and you're battling with like epic background music or something.
I'm picking up a faint transmission on the high band.
Covenant?
I don't think so. The pattern's different.
Prometheans.
I'll try to
Called
triangulate
it.
its position.
Whoa, beautiful. So like this is when the music's good. When you can listen to it when looking at a view like that. This game looks amazing. I've actually been speaking to a lot of people that are saying about, oh, it's disappointing in what Halo 4 looks like. It's not pushing the boundaries of the Xbox, and you'd think that a game published by Microsoft would. But you've got to remember that Halo 4, when compared to games like Uncharted and stuff, are doing so much stuff. There's so many AIs on screen and explosions. Plus, you've got obviously things like Forge and Theater mode and stuff, and 4-player split screen. Well, I think it's got 4-player, or at least 2-player split screen. Not many games can do all that
Still in
stuff
one piece.
and look that good.
Nice to see your luck is holding out.
Yeah, this is where it doesn't start. Can I drive it? Oh, I can! I'm playing a Halo game again. It's been too long. Got control of a Warthog. I got an assault rifle. Halo's back, baby, and it's back big.
About my condition, I didn't want to mention it, seeing as how it's a complete long shot, but since you brought it up, it is possible that getting home could help me find a solution for my rampancy.
How?
Well, as far as I know, I'm the only AI ever generated from living tissue. A clone of Dr. Halsey, to be precise. It may be possible to recompile my neural net by replicating those same conditions.
I have no idea what you're talking
But that
about.
means getting back to Halsey.
That makes more
soon.
sense. You've got to speak clearly and say small words, Cortana. I'm brawn, not brains. How good does this game look? The Warthog feels a bit weird to control. It's definitely still a Warthog, but it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I don't think the engine sounds very powerful.
Chief, I'm hearing that strange
Sounds a little bit
signal
like a
again.
hairdryer.
Stronger this time.
Oh, God.
Do you think there's something to it?
I'm curious more than anything. His behavior is odd.
I think it's got the exact same horn sound as Halo 3 and Halo Reach. Look at this. Look at this scenery. And look at all those Covenant. It'd be kind of nice if I had a gunner right now. Wish Cortana was a hard light hologram.
Hostiles!
She could man the gunner. Right, let's just drive through them all. There's no messing. See you later, guys. This is my Halo 4 speed run starting now. See how quickly I can get through the mission. Not very quick if I do that. See you later, buddy. And this is... Oh my god, I'm getting jacked! Ow! Ow! Bully! Right, that's it. I'm running. I'm getting out of it. And I'm dead. Well, there's my speed run over. Didn't do very well. Okay, well, I guess that point is the time when I should get out the Warthog then. That seems to be my boundary. Where is it here? Okay, let's get out and let's run this time. The AI, of course, very good in Halo games, has been in all Halo games, and seems like no change here as they got jacked by that elite. Get out of here. I'd actually kind of wouldn't mind getting one of these carbines, actually. Might be a good idea, get some sort of precision rifle, and I'm out of here. I do want to try and get through this game relatively quickly. One, for my own personal selfish reasons, because I want to play the multiplayer, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Also because I don't want to spam your sub inbox with like a million videos.
I don't suppose you have a plan for that.
We could always ask nicely.
Asking's not my strong suit.
Cortana and Master Chief certainly seem to be much more chatty in this game than they have been in past games. Normally it was much more Cortana saying things to do with the mission and Master Chief not really saying much. You normally only really heard Master Chief speaking like in the cutscenes, not so much during gameplay. And it's nice, like I feel like I am Master Chief a little bit more, and I always liked the idea of Master Chief being the silent protagonist. A lot of people moan saying that he hasn't got much personality because he doesn't speak. I actually kind of like it because he is the character you play as. Like, if he doesn't speak, then you can kind of pretend you're him a bit more. If he has a really strong personality and it contradicts to your own personality and he's making decisions that you wouldn't make, you can kind of feel like you're playing through a film rather than like you're actually in control as much. So I always like having like the playable characters in games to be silent, if not speaking very much. Like Gordon Freeman from like Half-Life's a great example. You never see him, there's never a reflection of him, he never speaks, so it kind of makes you feel like you are him, and I always did like that. But I am kind of enjoying the fact that I'm going to get to find out a little bit more about Master Chief's backstory and sort of have a bit more personal relationship with Cortana rather than just the business relationship that we've had in past Halo games. And what gun have I found here? I got a bit more. I don't know, is that a storm rifle? Oh, storm rifles are so bloody useless. Give me a DMR or a BR or something. I'm not actually entirely sure how I'm going to find any UNSC weapons here. I mean, I know I'm going to meet up with the UNSC at some point. Surely I got to, but like while I'm here, I think it's going to be just like Covenant weapons, and I'm dead. I'm dead again. Because obviously there's going to be no UNSC weapons around the place. And I'm doing awful. I've died so many times already. I think I'm being a little bit reckless. I also do want to point out that when I'm playing a video game and commentating, I do slightly bad at both. If I was just playing and just concentrating on the gameplay, I'd do alright, you know, I'd hold my own. And if I was just commentating, I wouldn't slur too many words and stuff. But when I'm combining them together so that I'm commentating and playing, yeah, I generally play a little bit rubbish. So you're gonna have to put up with that for now, I'm afraid. Let's try out the energy sword. Oh, it's got a nice sound to it.
That elite dropped his camo module. Let's have a look.
Ooh, do I get my first armor ability?
I'll run a soft patch to it from the suit. Never know what might come in handy.
There we go. I can now turn invisible. I could be a ninja.
There's that phantom signal again.
I heard something that time.
I guess these are the Prometheans. I think we're getting close to the single-player demo we saw at E3 2012, and I'm going to be able to start to recognise some things. And oh, here we go. Oh, these are
I
Sentinels.
wondered
These are
when they'd show
Prometheans. I can't remember what guns were effective against. I think it was energy guns, like plasma weapons are effective against them. Okay, I thought that was just a big drop there. Looks like I can drop down. Do a bit of parkour, a bit of free running to get up here. Are these guys hostile? Are they going to shoot me, or they look a little bit nonplussed
There,
about my presence?
Chief, a console in the back.
I think actually plasma pistol or plasma rifle was good against them. Okay, they're friendly for now. Looks like they're on my side, even though I destroyed all their bloody halos. I look very rugged.
Localized site cartographer. Okay. In service of Forerunner Shield World, designate Requiem.
Requiem. At least we know where we are now.
I knew that anyway.
Let's see if it can tell us what the Covenant are so interested in.
I read the back of the box.
Huh.
What happened?
I don't know. It locked up. I'm detecting power fluctuations in several locations. I'll put them up for you.
Let's go
Hopefully
investigate these power
we can find some way to get this
fluctuations.
cartographer back online.
That energy sword didn't have much juice left, so I thought I'd swap it out for a carbine. Bit more useful. Oh, and the good old light bridge. A Halo staple since Halo 1. Looks a lot prettier than it did in Halo 1 now, though. Had a bit of an upgrade. It's just cool that
What's
when
it
you press a
doing?
button, you see him
It's
press the
alright.
button.
This energy is actually a ferroelectric data field. Your shields are just cycling in response to the chamber's charge.
Will this bring the cartographer back online?
Partially. This type of processing system usually works in parallel. We'll have to
Find the other
locate
one.
its twin.
It's not hard. Got a big old waypoint there, and we got some enemies to face here as well. Good old sticky grenade. See if I can stick the elite. Stand still. Ah, he dodged. I actually heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that I think on Halo 2, I think it was, that there was something that with the AI where it was so intelligent it actually like got out of the program they were doing it on or something like that. I don't know if it's a load of BS or whatever, but I heard something to do with the AI being to a point where like it did something outside of the program it was created in, something like that. And the AI is very good in Halo games, and it's sort of what makes the single players fun, the fact that it is much more of a sandbox, whereas if you play through Call of Duty, sorry for using the example everyone uses, when you get into a gunfight, it's going to be the same almost every time you go for it. There might be a few alternate routes, and the AI might do a few things differently, but generally enemies are going to go and pop out in the same place every time, and they might spawn in the same place here in Halo, but because of how good the AI is, they like do different things every time, and it means that you can play through the games multiple times and try different tactics, and the enemy's going to react differently to what you do. And I think that is one of the wonders with the Halo campaign. Even in a kind of small sort of enclosed area like this.
Is that the same signal?
Yes. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. UNSC AI Cortana to Infinity. Please respond.
Human voice. Speaking English anyway.
No response. But from the strength of that signal, the Infinity has to be close by.
Oh, the Infinity. The
The
big
cartographer
spaceship.
should be back online. We may be able to use it to track the ship's location. The Covenant. They found a way inside.
Duh. Oh, this is like the middle of the map. Haven's got all like these stuff sticking out the floor. If you don't know what the Infinity is, it's basically a big ship, big UNSC ship, and it's got like a training battleground, which is basically like, I don't know, I think it's kind of to do with holograms or like a simulation thing for like to practice Spartans fighting. And so the war games, the multiplayer, is based inside Infinity. So it's like they're not actually fighting. It's all kind of like I suppose like you're playing a video game, I suppose. So that's sort of the setup for the multiplayer. It's kind of woven into the fiction a bit more than just you are fighting. And in a way, I like that. It is kind of unique and different, but I don't know, because you know it's just a training practice, it doesn't feel quite as epic as it might have. I actually really enjoyed Invasion from Halo Reach. It felt much more like a multiplayer like mission, but like which is like a campaign, if that makes sense. You kind of felt like you're playing a campaign mission against other players who are playing the elites, And I didn't really like elites and multiplayer in general, especially in Halo 3 when you could be them in just normal matches. And like they had a really small hitbox on their head and really difficult to snipe, but I don't know. It's going to be something different, and I haven't played multiplayer yet while recording this. As I have said before, I do have a review of this game up, which you'll be able to see, of course, on this channel, Halo Zone. So make sure you check that out if you want to find out about the multiplayer and anything else about the game. Looks like we're going to finally find out about what this signal is.
Like the transmission is coming from everywhere on the planet at once. It doesn't want to triangulate Infinity's signal. Oh wait, I got it.
That can't be right. Scan again.
We've already passed through one layer of the planet's surface. It's not crazy to think that someone else made it deeper inside than we did.
You mean
What's
the
going
planet's
on?
hollow?
Let me see if I can figure out a way to reach these coordinates that doesn't involve us digging a really big hole.
I'm good at Minecraft.
There's
I
a
can
terminus on
diggy
the far
hole.
side of the complex. We can portal to the planet's core from there.
What?
I don't know.
If we have a shot at getting you back to Infinity, we're taking it.
Okay.
What an emotional AI. She's basically like Siri from the future. They're all going to be like that. I'm going to be like, Siri, check the train times. She's going to be like, do I have to?
Let's get to that terminus and find Infinity.
Wonder if all of our Siris are going to deteriorate
What do you
after
know
8
about
years.
Infinity?
Not much. She was supposed to be massive, but the project was only in prototype when we left.
This is a lift. I thought I was going to have time before I jumped down. They like to throw you straight into the action. I had no chance but to go in all guns blazing. There seems to be like larger amounts of enemies. Like I think that in past Halo games, in gunfights like this, there'd be less enemies. But even though these are still not big open environments, there seems to always be loads of things to shoot at. And I do see why it could be more difficult. I mean, I've already died a few times and I'm only playing on normal mode. Oh, this is like Narrows. This is such a homage to Narrows. If you think about, you know, the Halo 3 multiplayer map, like with these bumps here, even those side stuff, and then like the way these bits are, and then like the little ramps going down here. This is so blatantly a homage to Narrows. This is like exactly the same. This is where the sniper would spawn. What's here? Oh, that'd be funny if there was a sniper there. I suppose it makes sense. It is the same sort of Forerunner architecture, but this is so blatantly a homage to Narrows. I want to come down here and pick up rockets, or I suppose shotgun as it was when on like the default version of the map. You could so easily just take this little section of geometry and just put it straight into multiplayer, and then have it as a remake of Narrows. They wouldn't have to do any work. They wouldn't have to do any new artwork or anything. So the elites like to dodge a lot in this game. Nice. Banshee! Oh, can I fly it, or is someone going to get in it, like, just as I go near it? Oh, I want to get in the Banshee. Please let me fly. It is sometimes a little bit more difficult to see things than past Halos. As I said earlier, there are a lot more filters and effects, obviously, like things like lens flare and stuff like that, and sometimes things aren't quite as clear as you would like them to be, and enemies can sort of blend into the background a little bit. It's just getting that... Whoa! What was that, like a suicide grunt? I think I had a kamikaze plasma grenade grunt coming at me there. Yeah, it is basically just getting the balance right between art and gameplay, you know? I always think gameplay should come first, but, I mean, if a game did look ugly, you could say that, oh, it only matters about the gameplay, but I still think it wouldn't sell very well without, like, good graphics and a good art style. And it can lend to gameplay. It can help make the game a bit more immersive if it has got good graphics. I think there's a beam rifle here. No, looks like that guy's dead. Okay, well, here we go. My first time in a Banshee. It's nice that they're not wasting time, like, letting me use all these big guns and stuff. Like, I know in Halo 3 it sort of took a while before it let you actually ride a Warthog. It kept showing you a Warthog, but then it would get blown up or something. This game's sort of straight away showing you that this is Halo. We've got Warthogs, we've got Banshees, we've got all the guns you like, we've got the enemies you like to face, and this is still definitely Halo, and it's bringing back more memories of Halo 1, to be honest, rather than some more of the recent ones. I think that Halo arguably went a little bit astray with Reach. I did enjoy Reach. I put 13 days playtime into it. I kind of hated it, obviously, but I feel like it wasn't the step forward that there was with the past Halo games, and I think that a lot of it was down to time and money. I think that they didn't have enough time to really step up the Halo franchise, whereas this game has had a hell of a lot of time and a hell of a lot of money thrown at it as well. This is actually the most expensive game that Microsoft have ever published, like by a long shot, and it shows. And it's not just money that makes a game good, like it's not just a big budget. Obviously there's been a very talented team, and this is the first game that 343 Industries have ever made. This is the first game they've shipped, and it's very promising for the Halo franchise that this is their first offering, and it's very unpromising to this Let's Play, the fact that I could be so stupid to jump out of the Banshee when I'm over this large ravine. Sorry about that. Okay, I've set myself a challenge. I'm going to try and not die for the next 4 videos. For the next 4 videos, I'm going to try not to die once. That is my challenge. Let's see if I can complete it. And I think I'm flying right over where I've just been. Okay, just got to go and take out these Banshees again. Oh well, it's just an excuse to do a bit more aerial combat. Another staple from Halo games. I always enjoy the vehicle sections in the campaign because they're normally very open and quite exciting, but I've never been a big fan of vehicles in Halo multiplayer, and I've actually been quite disappointed with the map selection because so many of the maps seem to be geared towards like big team battle and vehicle warfare. I don't know if they're trying to push Halo more in that direction, you know, the Battlefield route rather than the Call of Duty route, but for me, I've always liked the small games, the 1v1s, the 2v2s, and sort of just the intense gun-on-gun action where you can strafe and jump and crouch and throw grenades. I always find that a little bit more exciting rather than just sort of riding around in a vehicle where it can be, like, very formulaic. I think that it doesn't take quite as much skill as using a gun. I mean, you can argue that it does take skill, and it does take a bit of skill, but I don't know. I was always a bigger fan of infantry-based combat in Halo games, and I think it's something like 5 of the 10 maps are sort of big vehicle maps in Halo 4, and I know there's still half the maps which aren't big vehicle maps, but I don't know, I'd kind of like it to be a few more like gunny maps, if you want to call them that. But of course there is Forge mode, there's 3 Forge spaces now, so I'm sure there's going to be a million brilliant smaller maps made by some of the excellent Forge creators that we have with Halo games. It's just unfortunate that they're all going to have to kind of look a bit the same because the Forge maps, like, obviously generally look pretty similar, and it would be nice to have a few more like 343 Industries made maps sort of for smaller games.
Going crazy. They're ordering all units to converge on the tower.
I guess we got their attention.
Okay, as we carry here on this mission, I'm actually going to end the video here. I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be a link in the description to part number 3 once it's available. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.